Okay, hey there, everybody. Looks like this is working. All right. So, a lot of updates to Mechabellum. So I completed Armored Core. We're completely done. So, yeah, we have to figure out what it is that we're going to be doing after that. And I figured I might play some Mechabellum. I kind of want to play Persona 5 Royal, but there's something I wanted to do for that. But I also kind of wanted to play Manor Lords. Not because I seriously want to play through like a lot of it. It doesn't look that interesting to me. But I think it's a game that I want to look into and talk about a little bit because it's like the most overhyped game sort of like in a long time. And I don't mean that to say it looks bad. I do think it actually looks like a pretty good city builder type game. The reason I'm saying it's overhyped, or maybe wrongly hyped, is that I'm hearing a lot of people saying that it is explicitly things that the developer has had to come out and say, it is not going to be that, it is not going to do that, I'm not going to add those things. And even the people who are like covering the fact that the author said that are like literally mouth-breathing idiots who are like, oh yeah, and they're going to add like all these other great features like blah, blah, blah. And there's no evidence whatsoever that those things are going to be added, that those people are saying are going to be added. So, the way that that game is being advertised by the developer has been pretty honest and has been pretty level. The way that their people around it have been describing it has been dishonest, and I think it's been heavily narrativized by idiots who don't know what they're talking about. So it's kind of in a weird state. I think that the game itself looks pretty good, and I would not really mind playing it, but it definitely feels as though it's been hyped up in a way that it should not have been, and the developer has been trying to do damage control by telling people to temper their expectations and not to expect things, and telling people like, yeah, it's not supposed to be like any of the things that people are saying it's going to be. Please understand. So me understanding that it's going to be like a very simplistic city builder type game with a limited amount of combat, where the combat is definitely sort of peripheral to the main experience, is the expectation that I'm going into it with, because that's what the advertisements from the developer have been for, you know. Very unfortunate sort of situation for the author, because I think that they've been doing everything in fairly good with good intents and with a lot of transparency and honesty. And I think there's going to be like a ton of people who are just really upset when it comes out. And it's not the author's fault. Okay, I don't love any of these. The new UI is interesting. Not going to say that I think it's better, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's start with you guys. My opponent is definitely going to be the more aggressive side of this engagement here. Alright, so I don't feel great about this deployment, but I'm at a pretty big disadvantage here. Stormcaller beats Fangs, Crawlers beat Fangs, so the Fangs aren't really doing anything in this fight, other than just losing against pretty much everything here. There are things that they beat, there are things that they do better against, but my opponent here, they're elite specialists. They're like a little bit less likely to be able to do certain things first round, but they're going to be at a really big advantage this round because they've also got that extra 100 supply. So they're 50 supply over me, plus they can get like an extra more elite unit, and they've got a better unit composition. The only thing that really sort of helped me here was the fact that they've kind of gone just with tons of Stormcallers, so we can scale it into something that'll beat this, but yeah, we're not in a very favorable position here. What I'll probably have to do is get a screen of like Crawlers or Metal Ball or something like that. But it's rough out here. So my opponent is going to win this. Like, there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever about that. Just huge advantage in terms of, like, what they've got on the field. Although, you know, it's close. It came close. Pretty okay with the fact that it was not that one-sided. Alright, so we can get, like, these sort of things now instead of the normal stuff. These are new elite units. This is what makes the game sort of new and interesting. Change the art for the marksman. That's kind of interesting there. These guys can have missile interceptor. Okay, we're going to try this. I think these come as separate units. Yes. Okay. The main problem is going to be that these do have to, like, shoot down these missiles here, and if I don't have that, these guys are in trouble. But we're going to take that, we're going to go like this. So we've now got, like, the missile defense unit. The one problem now is that I have, like, very poor anti-air, because the Fangs can fire upwards, but they're not very good at it. Yeah, I'm not sure how good these guys are at anti-air either. It's single, like, entity unit as well, so it's a little bit different than a lot of the other anti-air. I don't know the new units at all. Like, I haven't really looked into it. So what they're going to be and what they're going to do is going to be a surprise to me. He's gone for Marksman, and I wonder if he took the free Marksman card. I think he did. I think that's where he got those Marksmen from. Yeah, because they're level 1s. That's an interesting call, because, like, marksmen are kind of just normal. They should do well against the Sabertooths, I think. Although Sabertooths, I think, also do well against them. Range on these is decent, but nothing fantastic. Yeah, I need screening, but this actually did keep my middle line alive for, like, a huge portion of this, giving me, like, a pretty good advantage heading into this moment here. Like, we still got... I think we actually got this round. And not by, like, a small amount either. This is actually a pretty decisive round. All things considered. Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. I do definitely need some screening units, though. And that is definitely what I'm going to be taking next. I'm going to take the Wasp Swarm. I think that having that against this composition is just basically a guaranteed win in some rounds. Unless he does something to respond. So this sort of forces him to, like, take a response either this turn or next turn. I'm going to pick these guys, and I wouldn't mind just, like, slamming out a bunch of them, but I've got some upgrades here, too. I can afford both. This is pretty okay. Okay. We could even get a third unit of these guys. Or I could get the thing that lets me run my guys back and forth a little bit to make it so that they're, like, a little bit better here. I'm thinking that might actually be the call here. Get the mobile beacon. Added a Typhoon, or a Scorpion, I mean. And he's got a missile pod up in the center there, that's fine. You can see that we're blocking those missiles there. And he's sort of, like, drawn to these guys, although he does switch to these at the last minute. We are going to lose this round, I'm pretty sure. The Scorpion is just too tough for any of the units that I've got in the field here. And something did kill my air units, and I'm pretty sure it was that, what's it called? Okay. We could try our own Scorpions or something like that. That might actually be a good idea. But that's not really what I feel like I want. Hey there, Egg. How you doing? Not too much. Did finally finish Armored Core. 100%ed it, actually. I'm going to go with the Junior Manufacturing Specialist. Yeah, I'm not too sure, like, which of these units actually are supposed to be the counter to Scorpions right now. I'm guessing it might have to do with air units, but that's hard to hard for me to say for absolute certainty. They're quite good at knocking out like AoE, but they're also very good against ground units in a lot of senses there. What I may want to do is melting points or overlords. I'm going to try overlords. Okay, and we're going to have you guys... I don't want to be on that side that's got like the double of those guys. I'm going to have this guy over here. These guys are pretty good at killing chaff. They're not actually amazing at killing chaff. And just see how like much fire is being wasted on these guys here. Like they're still firing at these guys. I don't like the main gun on the Sabertooth. I don't think it's very good. And they get one shot by these guys. Like that's not any good. This guy heading out this way is also kind of irritating, but that's, you know, not really a unit problem, that's a deployment problem. It's in the wrong spot. Yeah, these things are still really strong. I kind of think that they might be a little bit too strong. I need to upgrade my crawlers. Make it so that they last a little bit longer. This would be good here. He's kind of got to respect this, because if he doesn't do anything about this, he's got like a ton of his stuff, which is being kind of useless. But I need to subterranean blitz these guys. I do want to figure out like what is actually specifically good against these guys. I don't actually know what is, in all honesty. Gonna get a couple of these guys though. And we are actually going to use these guys with the quantum reassemblies. Yep, he's also gone for this, but my formation doesn't really care as much because it kind of has to get closer anyway. And he's bubbled, I think, in the wrong spot, unless this is enough range. I don't think it is. Why is my stream doing what it is? I think that's actually my laptop. Oh, my computer's not responding. Fantastic. All right, let's just... See how much time that smoke bought me? It was quite a bit, actually. But I don't think it's going to be enough, per se. Quantum reassembly not paying off as snipers are getting my stuff too much. Why is this not responding? Let me just reset my laptop completely here. Yeah, I'm going to get, like, annihilated here, and that's fine. Like, coming back into this after having not known the units. So we got another new unit. This is the Fire Badger. It's like lets you get these crowd control units. I don't think that's a good idea here. 2 Vulcans. I don't know. My options are pretty bad is the main thing. 3 hackers for free. Let's get these guys out here. I'm gonna do shields here, and I'm gonna do shields on these guys, and then I'm gonna pop 2 more fangs. We'll just have them loitering around. At this point in time, I think what we do is we just try to outmass my opponent here with just tons of stuff. He's gone for the Vulcans. I think he knows that I'm probably likely to go for like lots of stuff here to try and overwhelm these Scorpions. I do feel like the Scorpions might be a little bit strong right now, because I can't think of like good units to counter them right now. They've got longer range than a lot of other units out there They hit hard enough to kill like tough targets. They're really good at killing tough targets. And they've got a pretty beefy AoE, so it's not like they do too bad against swarms, but they do, like, obviously get countered more by swarms than anything else. It's just that right now it feels like the swarms are, like, outmatched by the bigger sort of units there, basically. Yeah, look at that. They just sort of get melted. Shield there does help quite a bit. All these little dudes like wandering forward slowly, they help a lot. Quantum reassembly is actually coming into play right now, so that helps. Don't know how that works, honestly. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, well, we at least mitigated a lot of the damage that came to us. See if I can get my chat back up here. My goddamn thing's broken here. I don't really want this necessarily. I'm gonna get Tech Specialist. Going to go ahead and get the enhanced range, and I'm actually going to go really hard on the got a bunch of upgrades now. I wouldn't mind getting a bunch more Stormcallers here. Because I do think actually like massing a bunch of Stormcallers does work to my favor at this point in time. Okay. The fact that there's multiple levels of this, I'm not actually sure what I think about that, honestly. What I'm going to do instead here is get mass recruitment, another one of these. Right there. I would love to get like a range upgrade on these guys, but I have to deal with that later. I don't think there's any good spots for me to drop these, so let's put a double shot on these guys here. Lets him kill stuff a bit faster. I might need ground fire on the guys here. The reassembly is a little bit too slow. It doesn't really let them come back. We are dragging out this match, though, quite badly. Okay, why is my laptop literally not working right now? Incendiary Bomb is probably what he's going to build here. So, not really that likely. Decrease the recruitment cost of giant units. I'm going to skip that. Going to unlock wasps, and we're going to go ahead and just do a mass amount of wasps. We're also going to have to drop a bunch of shields this round. That's fine. I don't think I can drop like as many as I've got spaces for, so we're just going to leave it at that. You guys, I'm just going to get the extended range. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and get another recruitment. Again, wasps. These are to a large extent to try and get rid of my opponent's ability to use air units properly. I'm not 100% sure like if this is going to be that effective, because I hope my guys will get out of there before it happens. Yeah, I think for the most part my guys were out of the fire before that actually hit. Still definitely think that we're losing this. Not overly familiar with some of the counters that are required for certain things. I'm going to try using Scorpions in this round because I do feel like there is actually a lot of hitting power behind them that is a little bit under counterable right now. I think that they need to add better counters to it as a unit, but... Wait, what's... Oh, there we go. They changed out that a little bit there. I'm going to look for maybe solutions, though, but... It feels like it's very easy to take it out and very easy to protect them as a unit. Like, they're very, very strong at taking up ground targets. They're listed as anti-swarm, but you can see it, like, one-shot the Typhoon, which is a specialist tank that's supposed to be, like, more expensive and more premium. They're very good at killing, like, if I used a Fortress, it would kill the Fortress, no problem. Melting Point, it would kill a Melting Point. Not necessarily one-on-one or anything like that, but it's not like it's... It's not like it's getting countered by the Melting Point, that's the point there. Okay, why the hell can I not get my laptop to work here? Right, well, it's possible that you could get it with, like, the War Factory, potentially, because the War Factory has got that sort of trickle of units where it's like a steel ball pops out, you kill the steel ball. But I do feel like I need to find better solutions to beating it. New artwork is a lot better than the previous, I think. Like, this is much better than what they had before. Okay. This is, I feel, better now that you can get to above, like, plus 10%. Although, again, getting fangs and we're getting into these stupid, like, these things, the plus side here is that at least, these steel ball is actually pretty okay at dealing with getting shot at by artillery, so there's that at the very least. I'm actually a little bit worried that my opponent might do a forward, like, offensive Stormcaller thing. That would actually be really annoying. They've also got the ability to start off with Giants, which would also be a little bit annoying, but... Let's just have to deal with all that when we get to it. You feed them this way just so that they, like, take longer to kill, but I'm not 100% sure if that actually works against this type of comp. And then we'll also probably go ahead and make it so that we actually have more hit points than starter or standard with that extra 100. He's gone for full backline. That's interesting. Dear laptop, please stop crashing, or whatever it is you're doing. Yeah, it's just gone for, like, more crawlers, which is a very good call under the circumstances. Like, I can't go into this composition and say, like, I want to have the... What's it called? Guys that... have the AoE attack, but I've got that positioning pretty bad. No, that worked out relatively okay. We're still going to lose this pretty badly, though. I think that some of the balancing should get looked into for this, because, like, Crawler is just a way better chaff unit overall than Fangs. Like, there's very late game where it switches a little bit, but even then, like, by the late game, Fangs just get killed by Vulcans really, really quickly. I don't love those. Okay, I'm gonna get this. I think the thing we do in this circumstance is we unlock tanks, and we take 2 of those. Which is kind of actually not that great here, but the reason I think that'll work out okay is because I think my opponent's probably getting a giant fairly soon. He'll win that round, but we'll have the ability to fight at least against the crawlers. And these do okay against these if we upgrade them with speed. So we'll have to get like a tank line and then speed. He's actually gone for an Overlord, is what his large unit was. Kind of wasn't expecting that particular choice. I was expecting it to be like a different one. But they all of them, like no matter which he picked, would have been like a disaster for me to try and face off against, because like, I don't have anything that can fight them. So, like you can see here, it's not even a close contest, like even remotely. So I do need to get a unit and then give it the anti-air upgrade. Like, I don't think I can actually just try and beat this with normal sort of stuff there, but the fact that he's winning the Chaff War so hard also means I have to get Chaff, which means like I just don't have anything that can actually do anything here. I think I'm actually just going to lose. It might be one of those situations where it's just like I have to play and always avoid starts that have fangs, because like I don't feel like they're able to do anything in these circumstances. And it's not like I feel like there's a ton that I could change about that by doing something different with them. It's just they're the worst unit, in all honesty. Which feels pretty garbage, but, you know. Okay. It's gone for the weapons overload. Fine. Oh man, look at these shots. Nope, we got a good one. He has got another air unit though. Fortunately, we are blocking some of that damage, interesting enough. Not enough of it, but like enough of it that is making a difference. This is going to go down, which is unfortunate because that's expensive, but... Okay. Yeah, it feels awful that that artillery is that useless. 2 Scorpions for free. That would be pretty good. I don't know what the Typhoon actually does. Looks like it's an anti-air unit. I believe this is a fast attacking anti-air unit, so I think this would be pretty good here. Comes in a squad of 2, apparently. I thought this was 2 separate squads, but apparently not. I think we go with this. I think we get another one of these, and then we start spamming out more ground chaff. To the point where I'm going to go ahead and mass recruit. Get more ground chaff. I do have a level up I'm missing here, but... if I'm going to turn this around, it's going to require luck on my part to a certain extent, I feel like. He's gone for the Sabertooth, which is interesting. I think that's going to do well here, because I don't have any of the same sort of units that were... actually, no, I think he's going to get killed by snipers. Oh, actually, this is enough stars that it's going to just not take any damage. Yeah, it's just going to auto-repair all the damage. And since it's got full aggro, it's not going to take any damage. It's literally going to take 0% damage. So I have to have a melting point or something to kill this thing, otherwise it's just not going to die. The fact that he got it at such a high level is what actually like screwed me over on that. Because if I had one that was that high level last time, it would also be unkillable. Like, that would actually be pretty good, but... Yeah, why not? Okay. So I do need something that can handle that. That's kind of priority here, and I do feel like we're just going to go Scorpion. Because it'll also be useful in this case against the other types units that are on the board here. I do kind of feel like people are using less chaff than they used to, which is interesting. I actually wanted this game to have more light units and less things that could kill them. Because I felt like they start to have like less of a place in the game, and it's just all about like spamming up big things, which it feels like it's actually leaning more into, which I don't like, but... So the reason we're ultimately doing this is for the acid, which adds a % sort of damage increase against targets that are vulnerable to acid, basically. I think I need like a range upgrade on the snipers here, because they're not capable of firing from like quite far enough away to actually take out these targets. Well, they did there, but the extra range would probably help out a decent amount. 2 melting points. I think that actually helps a lot in the circumstance. Oops, shit. Okay, I did not mean to do that. That's okay though. It's fine. We'll be okay. 3 melting points is still... It I guess is something. Okay, so I kind of want to get the enhancement range here, but... one more unit here that I could pop down. What I think I want to do instead is go for shields. Another one of these guys. He's gone for one of these things, the Wrath with the augmented aura. That's actually really strong. More upgrades on the Overlords. It's also really strong. But if I get melting point range, I think we'll be okay. Unfortunately, without melting point range, we're in a little bit of a sticky spot here. If that hits this guy, I'm going to be upset. I feel like he shouldn't be close enough to take the damage from that. Good. No, he's not. Okay. The fact it takes him twice as long to chew through these guys is helping us tremendously here. The fact that these guys can't kill an Overlord is a little bit bad. It tells you a little bit about their effectiveness. And that flank that he got there, taking out that objective, really sucks. So if you get extra range on these guys, I think we've got a winning comp here. I just also need to get, like, fire. So that's going to be priority right now, is getting fire. Assault Vulcan. Decreased range isn't actually that big a problem for us right now. I wouldn't mind getting this to throw onto this fella here. And upgrading him there, and then getting a pair of Vulcans. And giving them... I don't want Ignite. What I want is the Incendiary Bombs. I thought it cost 200, but I was thinking of a different one. I'm actually going to get this here. Have that there. Have this here. And what that's going to do is hopefully make it so that our opponent is having a much harder time just throwing bodies at the issue. He's chosen the mobilized battleship. Of course he has. I didn't get the range up, which sucks, but he's gone for another battleship back there. He's got a lot of battleships. He's got a lot of overlords. So as you can see, like, these guys just don't matter as much anymore. Got rid of, like, 3 waves of that, like, pretty much immediately, but the Overlord firepower is actually too much for us, which is kind of funny. I probably actually need... I'm going to be dead here, actually, now. There's too many Overlords on the map. Yeah, I'm going to just stop taking any of the starts that start with the fangs, because I don't think they work. As a starter, like, maybe they're good, like, to phase into later, but there's literally nothing about them that I like in the early game. Unless they come with, like, something else that's really, really good. Dear laptop, why are you doing this? What's going on here? I feel like the direction they've slowly been leaning in towards is making the matches less predictable, making them more chaotic and random, which I don't necessarily like, but there is definitely still strategy to the game. There are definitely ways to think about how you're doing stuff, so it isn't as though it's actually like a bad idea. I'm going to go with this guy. Like I said, we're trying to avoid things that have the fangs. I'm not a huge fan of the Mustangs in a lot of compositions, but you take what you sort of have to take when you're getting these. Let's go ahead and go with, I think, this guy. Problem is I have no idea about the timing here. I have to get these guys sort of like up here, I believe, would be good. And I wouldn't mind just chucking this out early to get a advantage in terms of like not giving my opponent experience points. Because doing this sort of like prevents your opponent from getting experience points on units. Especially if we clip this guy as well. That would actually be amazing. Got him. Now, if he takes increased tank armor, then that's going to be what lets him beat us, but... otherwise... Alright. Alright, double supply specialist. Against what he has, I really think that going into more snipers works well. But I do want to unlock something else here. Could also go Phoenix. I don't think that's necessary here. I don't think that's the best call here. I think Stormcaller's actually. I'm gonna go with a Stormcaller and a Sniper here, and then upgrade one of you. Let's try and really just hammer in on one flank at a time, I think, for the most part. He's gone for a counter one of these. That's going to take out 2 of my snipers, so that was very good placement on his part. Yep. Since I have nothing that hits on the left side, he's going to roll that side there. But we are going to get a lot of kills with these artillery pieces here. We're not necessarily going to win. Like, I don't think we are, but we got a lot of kills off of them, so I'm pretty okay with that. Okay. I'm going to take this shield device specialist, and I'm actually going to lean into using shields pretty soon here. I think we can afford to go for the scorpion now if we want to, and then get 2 scorpions, which would be absolutely broken right now. He's probably going to go air or something like that, but you know what, it's fine. I'm diversifying my roster too much, I think. My opponent still has no chaff, and he's gone for these armor plates, which means that like the scorpions are going to be even better here. Oh yeah, I forgot like I was supposed to get shields, but you know what, it's fine. He's also gone for shield device specialist, which is funny. The thing is, the artillery actually does a pretty credible job of like taking down shields pretty consistently. So you can't really rely on shields that much if you're going up against Stormcrawlers, because you're usually going to lose them. Alright. And, like I said, I should probably be building shields. Like, that would actually be a probably good idea. One squad, like, this is the level 5 Sabertooth. This is what my opponent had last time, where it was, like, super high level, so it was, like, actually really tough to kill. Because you sort of have to be able to one-shot the stupid thing. Let's do what our opponent did there. Let's, like, just copycat the strategy here. I kind of want to get a bunch of upgrades and then get some chaff this round. Let me go ahead and unlock some more of these sort of guys there, but... So just have this guy kind of like front center, like taking shots or whatever. I think that works. Should have spent that last 100 on something. It is soaking up some hits. I didn't place it perfectly, so it's not taking as much damage as I'd like. Also, the fact that there's like these mind control things is quite bad for us. Fortunately, we do keep that. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I take this, but maybe I take this. I feel like we get... I feel like we just skipped that, actually. My opponent's finally realizing he has to get some, like, trash units to sort of block the way here a bit, but... don't know if it's going to be, like, enough here. I'm not sure if I think the mind control thing is actually a good call here. I think that you take those, like, when you're ahead, not when you're behind. I could just get a couple of these guys, I think. Send them up like that. Kind of need range upgrades. Well, looks like my... that is working again. I think that we go for the attack value, because he's going for like a lot of defense. I need to chew through a bit faster. Being able to get through like these bubbles here would be better. Alright, I think we're doing okay. I think this guy's might get taken over, though. Fortunately, got that shot off before he could, you know... I'm not actually sure how the reload mechanic works for when they're in that state. Kept all 3 of our bubbles alive. That's really, really good. Okay. Two squads of level 1 Overlord. These are kind of weird choices here that we got. I'm going to pick the Fire Badger, preempting what I think is going to happen, which is I think my opponent is going to actually get some more chaff eventually. And then I'm going to go ahead and get 2 of these. Upgrade the range. And then I guess we go for another upgrade here. Could make these Mustangs level 2, but I don't really feel the point of that. Down there. That's good. The Fire Badgers running to the front actually is kind of bad under the circumstances. Not super happy about my placement with those, but... We don't have any anti-air left, so we are going to lose this round, unfortunately. Oh. Well, on the plus side, we got that guy. We might actually draw this. This might actually be a draw. Because he can't actually deal enough damage to this guy to kill it. Nice. Okay. I think we did more damage to him too, so that's pretty good. Likelihood is that he does get more air off that. So I think we have to worry a bit about that thing. I don't know. I think I'll grab this. Orbital Bombardment probably would have been good, actually, but... I'm gonna do that. I don't know why I'm doing that, but it's what we're doing. Okay, I need more anti-air, but I don't necessarily need new units to do that. Could go melting points again. I'm gonna unlock these guys, but I'm not gonna get them. I'm going to go ahead and just, like, really invest in these guys here. And go like that, like this. Need to upgrade this guy as well. Oh, it looks like my laptop's finally working again. Man, I wonder what the heck that was. Oh. And my game's crashing. Cool. Great. finally lost one of those shields. I think I need fire on something. Probably on these guys. Okay. Alright. Well, that one okay. Incendiary bomb, I don't think that works for what we're doing here. It's probably our best bet to glitch this out, though, so we'll get it anyhow. And I think that we need it across here. Alright, this round I think that we definitely replenish our shields, especially in case they try to get incendiary bombs of their own. I feel like doing this will help us a little bit here. Gonna get a couple of these guys and we're just gonna pump them out front, so that they take some flak for these guys. So here's the thing. I think that we can win off this round, so we're just gonna go like really hard. In terms of like everything that we're getting here. Ooh, that is a lot of bubbles. My opponent might be able to hold off of this. He's invested a lot into surviving this round. But I've also invested a lot into killing him this round, so who knows. We'll have to see. Nope, we're gonna win. And I think that's enough for game. Yep. Cool. Yeah, so definitely not starting off with fangs. Yeah, the Sabertooth being like invincible. Yeah, the start where you get like the level 5 Sabertooth is actually ridiculous. Like, that is probably unfair. I do not think that should come out like out of the gates that strong. Because it has that repair module option and it's got so much hit points that, like, if it's level 5, it'll actually survive pretty much anything you could realistically throw at it at the level. My opponent really should have gotten a melting point, though. That would have been able to kill it. Like, if he managed to tether a lock-on onto it, he would have killed it. These are weird starts. Okay. I think we go with the Rhino Specialist one. I don't like any of these. I should actually check to see if they like ever fixed that copyright issue with the music, because like their music was getting copyright claimed. Wonder if that is still the case. I'm guessing that they're probably going to augment this with snipers. Like, they have to have something that shoots air, and like snipers is kind of the obvious choice here. And they're supply specialists, so they could also afford to go like an air unit if they wanted to, but I kind of feel like Arclight here. And I feel like we play this the offense side. Like, I think we go forward with our stuff. I always hate figuring out how to play in these circumstances for this sort of thing, because, like, I'm always worried of, like, where the splash is getting me from those stupid artillery pieces, because they don't really hit where at the target they're trying to aim at. They usually hit sort of behind them if it's a fast unit. So like here I could easily have positioned such that they fire over top these guys and then end up hitting my like guys up front. My opponent has no anti-air, which is a choice. Okay, that gets us like the maximum experience points off that. That's pretty good. Alright, so we could have a level 2 Sledgehammer, we could have the Scorpion, or we could have the 2 Fire Badgers. I think we could actually go with the Fire Badgers here again. 2 Fire Badgers is actually pretty good to begin with. But when our opponent has got like as many of the stupid like little guys that he does, obviously we go with Fire Badgers. Would not mind getting some more like anti-air or something like that, but I think we just ignore that for now. I'm going to unlock these guys, but I'm actually just going to put down another one of these, another one of these. I probably don't need to be putting down more arc lights, actually, unless I plan on going like arc light spam. Oh, I have been playing this for a while. I just stopped playing it every once in a while because, like, I figure out the meta, it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, I kind of understand what's going on, and then I stop, and then I come back when they change something. So they've had a pretty major update patch pretty recently that added some new units, like these little guys that are shooting fire here. My opponent still has no ability to fire upwards, so that's cool. I think he's trying to get me to overcommit to air and, like, hope that I lose because of that, but... Yeah, I highly recommend trying out Mechabellum. It's a really good game. It's a lot of fun. It evolves constantly, so this meta has not been stale, but it does get potentially stale because like they don't like immediately fix it, but they change it pretty quickly. I'm just gonna take this. If my opponent decides he's gonna keep doubling down on not having any anti-air, he can have that happen to him. I'm going to actually just counter the Scorpions by having Scorpions of my own, probably. I think that's probably my best bet in this scenario. Although, I could also get a lot of mileage out of the Stormcallers. I think we're going to go with the Scorpions. I'm not going to actually build them this turn, though. What I'm going to do this turn is actually 2 more Arc Lights. And then upgrade these. And upgrade you. And I need more chaff units, actually, pretty quick. Okay, as my opponent figured out that he needs anti-air, he's got a bunch of wasps himself. So my opponent probably can win this round. But not next round, basically. Actually, my opponent might not win this round. Yeah, they're not, actually not going to win this round. I'm really surprised they didn't, in all honesty. Really surprised actually that I won that one. Oh god, I hate Lightning Storm. Okay, the reason I hate it is because it's so meaningful in terms of like how much damage it does. So like it's a you take it or you lose the round weapon. It's not a balanced sort of thing, which I think is well designed. I think it's really poorly designed. Unless they've changed it, but I don't think they have. In all honesty. Okay, gonna have to take these guys. I'm gonna have to actually not take them. I'm just gonna unlock them for now. I kind of have to short my recruitment this turn a little bit. Oh, I do get this guy this turn too. This actually helps out quite a bit. Let's... drop that there. Let's do that. So we're basically not recruiting, but I get like the free Rhino, and I've got like, yeah. See, my opponent's also realizing like he has to take Storm because like if you don't take Storm when it's available, it's just it's too meaningful, it's too powerful. Like wiped out all of my arrow already. This guy actually survived a decent amount there. My opponent's going to win this just because, like, again, the Storm actually is allowed to, for some reason, take out my air units without my air units being able to use the shield, so... Not sure how he took out both of them, honestly, there, but whatever. Okay. Orbital Jav, we're going to take that. That'll let me do this. Which lets me take out one of these guys, like, right away. Gonna take 2 of these of our own. What I kind of want to do is give these guys the anti-aircraft ammunition, but that's gonna have to come from later. Everything that I do is like, it has to come a little bit later. Oh yeah, that's nice. It also took the orbital jab, but he's used against things that are like way less valuable than the thing I get with an orbital jab. Especially on the side where he really needed the damn thing. Yeah, he is probably going to win this still. Is he an anti-air on these guys? Might have anti-air on them. That's fine. We're still a little bit ahead here. I'm still okay with this. Heavy hacker extended range arc lights. Not really. Okay. So at this point in time, what we do is we go anti-aircraft munition. And I'm going to get a whole bunch more of the arc lights, and I'm going to actually get the upgraded level arc lights. And that's going to be pretty good at what they're doing. I think I want to just get another one of those extended range arc lights while we're already paying the $50 to have that option. And I'm not sure where I want to put this guy. Maybe like here? Okay. The problem is, like, I do need something that'll defeat those missiles. Like, I probably should be putting in some blockers for that of some sort. Okay, so he has no air left, so it doesn't matter. I do win this round. Okay. So... could get a level 6 Sabertooth here. Level 3 Melting Point. Level 6 Sabertooth is kind of interesting here. I don't love these choices here. I think the level 3 Sledgehammers is what I'm looking for here. Because what we're looking for is something that'll just sort of get in the way a little bit. The problem is that they will get one-shot by these guys, so I kind of want to keep them away from those, while still being somewhere where they can get, like, in the way in general. So that's what we're aiming for here. Um, I do feel like we go for Stormcallers of our own here. And then we have to give them like a couple upgrades, unfortunately. I want extended range and I want incendiary bombs. Extended range I think is going to be a little bit more important, but yeah. I should probably be building towards making these guys carry. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's everything I can really take. Hopefully these guys don't switch targets, like they'll just keep hammering this guy with artillery. Looks like that's the case. Not actually sure that we're going to get the kill here, though. Wow, this guy actually has a lot of hit points. Okay. So that's a bit of a problem. He's also, like, tripled down on Stormcallers, which is also a bit of a problem. Okay, it's gonna hurt quite a bit, but I think we'll be alive. Okay. Similar sort of story with this thing. I don't like it, but whatever. Let's just drop it. Drop you back here. Keep these guys distracted for a little while. Okay, I want the range enhancement for right now. What I don't really need is to have these guys upgraded to, like, hit harder, because they are kind of hitting the things they need to be hitting hard enough. The thing that wasn't hitting hard enough was these guys. But I need the fire for that, not the other thing. I'm just going to get shields again. Unfortunately, this is like a lot of money I'm blowing on shields. I don't know. I don't know where to put these things. It's anti-missile defense systems. They're usually not like that good, so I'm more trying stuff out with these than anything. Yeah, my opponent just went all in on explosives there. Alright. Yeah, these guys did work. The anti-missile defense system is not perfect, but it is actually blocking a lot of missiles here. This might be a pretty good round for me in terms of damage. Is it death? Yes, it's death. Alright, nice. Yeah, every freaking match where it's like I decide to just not take fangs at the start, like I win. It's that simple. I don't know. There probably is more to it. Like I need to figure out when to transition into actually taking them, but it feels like you just never need to take them. All right. I like how everyone's combat power is like a million times higher than mine because they've been playing it like constantly instead of like taking breaks. I like to take breaks after I've sort of like figured out a little bit about it. Yeah, that's new artwork as well. That's pretty good. Still contemplating in my head whether or not I should be playing Persona 5 Royal right now. I kind of want to, but it's a big time commitment as well, is one of the reasons I didn't switch to it. But I probably should. I like that game, so I'm going to play it regardless, so... I guess the main, like, damage to that is that I would want to play it off stream time, so... Wouldn't be very good in that sense there. Giant Specialist with this combo is pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking Giant Specialist with this combo. I can just, like, get access to stuff that really messes with my opponent, basically. Okay, the thing that I would not be able to deal with is, like, hard hitters, so let's go ahead and take that. Okay. And snipers are inexplicably a little bit faster than tanks. One is going to be outmassing me by quite a bit. Did he go for extra damage? Or extra health or something? It's got to be one of those two things, right? In this circumstance, I really want to get the increased speed and attack speed on my tanks. That's what we're going to be going for next. Ooh, we got a couple crawlers in on this side. That's actually really good. Because they'll eventually kill all these guys even if my tanks somehow die, but... Usually tanks win this. Once you get to the one-on-one. It's like when the tanks have to stop, they instantly get killed by Stormcallers. Extended range might actually be really funny here, but... I don't know about that. Like, the reduced damage is pretty bad. Yeah, why not? Let's try it. I've never tried this module upgrade out here. Okay, so we're going with Mechanical Rage for now, but we're probably going to try and go for carry Sledgehammers in this one. I'm not going to get Mechanical Rage right now, though. I'm going to get 2 more units of Sledgehammers. Even though they have low damage right now. I think what's going to happen is my opponent's going to get like a single Scorpion and I'm going to lose. And that's going to be the sort of situation we end the game with. So that's going to be really, that's going to really suck, but... So I think this round we can afford to get Mechanical Rage plus all the other stuff we wanted to get. Which is going to be, in this case, a little bit more chaff. Alright, what have we got as options here? 3 squads of level 1 Sabertooths. Again, I'm not a humongous fan of these things right now. Unless you can get the really high level one, but we'll try it when you can get 3 of them. I get the feeling like these things are just going to kind of be a waste as they currently are here, because there's too much overlap with the unit I'm already using, so I probably shouldn't have gotten them. Okay. We'll unlock you. 2 more of you. Get Mechanical Rage. got the ability to summon crawlers on a melting point. That's an interesting choice in my opinion, but there's definitely reasons to get that. The melting point's going to be pretty much impossible for me to deal with what we have, unfortunately. I haven't got enough hard hitters to really easily kill a melting point, so it's going to have a really easy time like just tanking a lot of our stuff. And if it's also got like the ability to summon crawlers, it's going to probably survive a lot of what we're throwing at it. This thing actually did pretty good damage on the one shot I got before it died. Fortunately, we did have enough to just surround it and eventually kill it, but yeah, that wasn't pretty. I guess we just take the orbital jav. I think my opponent should have taken like the scorpion. I think that would have actually put him in a much better position. In terms of like giving him the advantage here. Well, I guess it wasn't an option when we were given the choices there, but like a couple scorpions instead of like the melting point would have actually been way better against the tanks, because you can kill a couple tanks all at once in like a sudden burst. Whereas like the other way around is not really as good at that. It's gone for Assault Fangs, which is weird given what I've taken. Because I don't think it does all that well against like these extended range mechanical rage tanks. Okay, cool. Perfect. Again, not my favorite types of choices here. I'm going to go for the wasps. I definitely think that that's what's going to be best into this. The way he statted this stuff is kind of interesting. Go with increased range here. Both of us have fairly minimal anti-air capabilities, so it's a decent chance that he also goes for wasps. And I guess the question I have to ask is, like, how much is he going to double down into wasps? Because if he is, I need to have more anti-air. I'm going to assume that I need more anti-air. Let's actually just do it by buying more wasps, probably. I could also buy the Wrath. I'm going to pay for 2 marksmen this round. I've got the unlock that I've got, but that's not what's as important here. I'm going to try for something a bit cheeky there. I'm going to assume these guys are going to wander a little bit forward, and that if I'm lucky, we'll also clip these guys. No, these guys are going too far forward. Okay. Well, we still got 5 of those guys, so that was still a good hit. What did my opponent take here? He didn't take the air. He took the friggin' these guys for some reason. I guess I can sort of see why he took those, because they're doing a pretty good job against the Sabertooth. Because he wasn't getting enough out of the, this thing. Because it wasn't really targeting the right guys early enough, so ended up in this sort of situation, but, like, yeah. I don't think that's quite lethal. Yeah, not quite. But this is definitely a push for lethal kind of turn. I don't love any of these options. Let's take the Ion Blast here. See if we can take out some of this artillery, but my opponent likely going to also take an upgrade of the similar sort, so This is going to be a randomized round. I don't think I've got an easy way to guarantee that we're going to do anything useful here. Let's take the Degeneration Beam, which is actually a really good upgrade. So my opponent's likely to drop Incendiary here. He didn't. Okay. What did he take? Was that the Speed Specialist round? I don't think that was a Speed Specialist round, was it? He's also gone for Degenerate Beams, which is kind of funny. I feel like they're actually more of a when you're ahead kind of unit rather than a when you're behind kind of unit, but what's he taking here? Oh, he's dropping bubbles. Dropped it on the right side too, which is annoying, but whatever. No, he even spent the extra money. He's trying to survive here. Oh, he dropped it on both sides. Okay, fine. And he dropped a bomb somewhere. He really wants to not die here. Dropped 2 bombs. Okay. Fortunately, Degenerate Beams kind of actually favor me over him, so... Like, these fights with the Degenerate Beams where it's like everything's slowed down a little bit actually does technically favor me because I've got the longer range units. I think this will be him dead. Cool. Alright, so... What's this? What the hell's this? Huh, okay. Alright, I think I actually can get... like free point things that I can just have. How did I get them? I don't remember. There was a little thing that you could collect and you would get merit points, I think, for just existing, basically. But I can't remember how to do that. Probably doesn't really matter. Alright. Well... It's hard for me to test out the new units a little bit because they're randomized as to whether or not you get them. Like, unlike normal units, whether I get a Sabertooth or I get a Typhoon or I get a Fire Badger, it's random. I can't sort of like decide that I'm going into a match and I'm going to try out the Fire Badger, for example, which makes it a little bit difficult to sort of figure out what they're worth. Again, I do wish they'd add a new Chaff unit, though. Okay. Okay, with my choices here, I kind of want to go with the Speed Specialist, but I don't really know if that's a good call here. Looks like it'll be okay. No matter what happens, like, these guys are going to be useful here, so I'm going to pick them. I don't have any real chaff is the problem, of course, but... There are some things that my opponent could take that would make this pretty unpleasant. What is he taking here? Cost control. He's gone for an all left flank here with a little bit on the right. Okay, cool. Sort of situation where it's like not really easy for my opponent to get in there. I'm going to take intensive training here. I feel like this is a pretty good sign that I should probably take, like, carry Arclight. Like, I feel very firmly that carry Arclight works really, really well when you're in this situation here. Even though I kind of think it's a dumb strat. I kind of wonder if it's been nerfed or anything like that, because it is overtuned to hell and back. Like, it is very overpowered. Probably should have dropped that further forward. Oh, yeah, I should have dropped that further forward. I don't really know what the range that this is ultimately going to go is. That's a real problem. Oh, that worked out okay, actually. Not amazing, but it did work out okay. Alright. Very nice, very nice. 1 level 3 Sledgehammer, 3 level 1 Sabertooths again. Gonna go with the Sabertooths again. I think it's just a good combo against the sort of stuff that we're seeing here. But the fact that you have to pay as much as you do for it is not ideal. I still have no chaff, which is interesting, but I think we're going to be fine. I'm going to pick 2 more of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and get the charge shot. And we should be good to roll here. Unless my opponent buys like a crap ton of certain things here, this should be us at the advantage. I think my opponent's in a bit of trouble already, even in terms of like hit points and stuff like that. Because that's a pretty big hit this early on. Okay, cool. I do need more frontline now. Just in front of those guys there. I'm going to take none of these. Actually, no, I'm going to take Giant Hunter to try and discourage him from taking a lot of giant units. Yeah. I think this actually might be one of those rare instances where these guys are going to be actually the better front line, so we're going to actually take a bunch of them. And I do have to give them the shields, though, for them to actually be really good front line. How do I want to do this? I'm going to need to start building up on this flank a little bit, so I'm going to start upgrading these guys a bit. I don't know. I think we just keep it. He's going for a couple big guys there. These guys are apparently actually big enough that they can tank the shots from these guys right now. That will reverse eventually, but it will take a while. And in the meantime, I might want to actually get something that hits harder against big targets. So as you can see, he's like plowing through our stuff really fast thanks to that. And if he gets those guys upgraded with like the reduced damage, I'm going to be in a little for hurt. Okay, we did get some extra money out of that at least. Ooh, okay. There's a couple really strong options. I'm going to take the electromagnetic blast because it'll let us win around here. And it's at a good time to be winning around based on that. I'm not sure what I want to do to kill these guys, actually, but... I'm thinking scorpions. I think they really do work. Main problem here, we still don't have shields, but that's fine. Okay, so these guys actually won't be able to kill those Thors, or those fortresses, like, by themselves, like, right off the bat. They're going to require a little bit before they can get there, but they are in that sort of vicinity. So I've got a pretty bad round coming in. He's got a pretty good round coming in. Ooh, yeah. I do need the acid. Without the acid, this isn't going to work. That was the wrong thing. I thought that was a different electromag. I'm going to lose because of that. Oh, God. Definitely should have taken something other than what I took there. That's fine, though. Okay. Fire Badgers would actually be kind of good here for some of the problems I'm having. Melting Point's actually also very good. We're going to give these guys the shields. Okay. Looks like that's pretty good. We do the acid attack. And I kind of want to hit these guys here with one of these. Great game? Yes, this is a great game. I am coming back into it, though, after a pretty long break, so my ability to play it, pretty bad. But, hopefully we'll do this pretty much okay here. Alright, now I definitely need more area control. I need some Vulcans. Since I missed out on the Fire Badgers. Why do you only do the 2v2? I think the 2v2 is kind of interesting. I don't do it very much, but I mean, you know, the 1v1 is also really good. Yeah, that Rhino back here is going to be the bane of my existence. Don't have anything to block it. Did tether immediately onto the fortress, though, which is really good for me. Acid is hitting this guy, so he's taking that % damage. Oh, he actually just walked right past our thing there. That's actually kind of funny. Okay, my opponent kind of screwed that up here. That wasn't so much a me brilliant moment, it was more of a my opponent screwed up kind of moment. So that worked out really well. Robot is bad? I don't know. Don't love any of these here. Okay. So I just need to tie this guy up probably, but I also kind of want to be able to kill it. Might have to do this. I'm not even sure if this does actually win, if I'm totally honest with you. Might have to actually slow him down as well or something like that, but who knows. Let's grab this guy. Alright, let's grab that. Let's grab this. Keep on getting arc light upgrades. And last bit of money. I think what we're going to do is actually get another... Bad for me? Apparently not. No, it would probably be pretty bad for me. I don't think that's what my opponent's doing, though, but... Okay, so this time he's going to walk right around the melting point and then get blown up, because he's walking in a circle around the melting point. His robot is level 5+. Is it? Okay, well that wouldn't be ideal. Did you get Rocket Fist? No one gets Rocket Fist. What's going on here? These little guys are just jerks. Yeah, I don't have enough area clear. I'm gonna have to get way more of those sort of things. Yeah, he's gonna win this round. That's fine. I actually feel like what would work here is anti-air. Or is air units, not anti-air. I don't know. Okay, just a random Vulcan that I could drop here would be pretty good. I don't think this round is gonna like last enough for top supply specialist to really kick in, so I'm not gonna take that. I'm gonna take this. Okay, I'm gonna get elite marksman on these guys. Whether that's a good idea or not is entirely probably not, honestly, but we'll grab a couple of these guys, or do we just grab one? I honestly don't know here. What I do feel like is he's probably going to drop like something in front of this guy to make it so that I can't do whatever it is I want to do here. So I feel like we have to do this, but I feel like that's also a humongous waste of resources, so... We'll find out which it's more of. Is it more of a waste of resources, or is it more of a he drops like 3 crawlers in front of this thing so that like his guy gets the flank or whatever the hell? Swarm is nasty? Yes, the swarm is nasty. I'll drop that there. And I'm going to drop this here. Could I have upgraded this guy? Shoot. Alright, if the ground is entirely on fire, we should be at a pretty good advantage overall. That's our goal here, is for the ground to be lava. But my opponent's like ability to swarm me is like too high, I guess. Wait, how are you back here? Oh, he had the Vulcan Descent drop as well. Did I actually use mine? I might have forgotten to use mine. I think my opponent wins this, though. Yeah, I definitely needed more of the guys with shields. I didn't build enough of those. Yeah. I'm amazed at like how tough the fortresses are right now. I feel like they're a little bit more durable than I remember them being. But I think he started with them at higher than level 1, which makes a big difference for those guys. Because like a level 1 fortress is usually pretty fragile, but they ramp up in toughness really, really quickly. So I guess that's something to look out for. I guess it's the same with the Sabertooth, where you have like the Sabertooth that's like really, really high level. It's way stronger than like a default Sabertooth. The level disparity between like the random spawns is like a little bit maybe too extreme, because like a level 6 version of some of the stuff or a level 5 version is just really, really tough to deal with some of them. The fortresses feel like they're such a bad unit normally, because you pull them in at level 1 and they just don't do much, and they're hard to level up because they don't like kill stuff that quickly. But if you have like a level 6 fortress or a level 5 fortress or something like that, or even the level 3 fortress, like they're so durable. So they're like way better under certain circumstances and way worse under other ones. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna give Fangs early on another chance. Getting the super right upgrades for fortresses is so unlikely, though. It's really good if you get it. It's just, it doesn't happen. It never happens for me. Alright, so I've been having trouble starting with Fangs. Like, if I've got Fangs and they're my first unit, like, I just struggle with that. That is not, like, my preferred chaff unit during the early game. I think they work really well late game, like when they've got, like, the shields and everything, but they lose against virtually everything early game. I can't think of a single thing that they really are good against. Can think of a couple things that they're mediocre against, but, like... I think we frontline these guys, actually, because, like, we want to draw missiles. Yeah, anything that you can get to, like, high levels then have the elite bonus on is, like, amazingly broken in this game. It's, like, the best sort of units. And I kind of love doing that, but... Ah, that jerk. Okay. Okay. Some days I just really hate the performance of Stormcallers. Like, sometimes they're really broken, sometimes they just do nothing. Not a lot of in-between as a unit. They're just one of those kinds of units. Cannot even tell what's going on exactly there. Pretty sure we're ahead here. Pretty sure we're gonna win this. Oh, maybe not now. Yeah, got it. Okay. Hi there, Era. Let's see here. We can start with a level 2 Sledge, a level 2 Mustang, a level 2 Phoenix, or 2 level 1 Sabertooths. I don't really love these options. I feel like these are all kind of weak options. I'm going to go with the Sabertooths again. I have been liking them just as a tough unit that's kind of hard to get rid of. But that's about all I really think that they're good for. I think we'll send it off to the flank here. My opponent's aerial specialist. I need to unlock an anti-air and then actually, like, take a bunch of it. Which kind of is bad here, because, like, he doesn't have the stuff that these guys would be that good at. I kind of wish I could have afforded 2 units of my own air units. The anti-rocket upgrade, I tried that. It's kind of okay. I wasn't in love with it as an anti-rocket tech. I feel like it could have been a bit better at it, but the fact that that's an option for that is pretty good. Oh, they set this as a flank? That's cheeky as hell. Okay, all my anti-air is dead, so I do lose this round. What I've actually been getting is, like, people start off with that level 5 version of this guy, like it just spawns in at level 5 or whatever, and then they'll take the field repair module and it's just unkillable. Upgrade the Sabertooth here. It's a little bit too expensive for me to afford right now, isn't it? I feel like it is. I don't have anything to do with this, but let's go ahead and take it, I guess. Let's get you guys. They're probably actually going to move them or something like that, but I'm not actually sure that the Fangs win that. I think my opponent's going to be... And even if it isn't late, chaff coming into the fight later is actually something I like having happen, so... Okay, let's get the missile interceptor. I don't like it. I don't love it, but sure, we'll do that. And I wouldn't mind having another front line here. Just to get in the way a little bit for a little bit longer. Although, admittedly, it should be okay. I think that's fine. Sick to play? It's pretty good to play, yeah. Ah, shit. See, like, it only gets about half the missiles per volley from just, like, one Stormcaller. I wish it got more than that. Like, it feels like it's not quite good enough at that. Hope these guys hurry up a little bit, because if they get targeted here, that would be great. Of course, my units are targeting a little bit off compared to what I want them to be, but that's fine. Yeah, 4 rockets. It's not even enough for 1. I think you need 2 of the tanks per rocket, which is not great. It's not great value, I don't feel like, considering how much you sort of have to invest into that. I definitely feel like they could have made that a little bit better value there. Definitely want 2 of these guys. Right now. I don't think Subterranean actually knocks off enough damage that they could survive anything useful right now, but that would be something that'd be nice to have somewhat. I don't know. I guess we could try more Sabertooths and have, like, more missile screen that way, but I definitely feel like it should be a little bit closer to, like, 1 shuts down 1, a little bit better. I don't think so. I don't think that the Storm... See, like, it still took half of its health and damage there from that. It only stops half of a volley by itself. I think it has to do a lot better. That one was even worse. I don't think that stopped any of them. Yeah, that stopped practically none. That's the problem I have with this, is it needs to do better at that job. It just doesn't stop enough rockets. The more it, like, fires at rockets as well, like, the less effective it becomes, so it rapidly becomes less relevant. Better than tunneling, yes. Fortunately, I didn't take too much damage, at least, but... I'm gonna go with the Wraith, actually. I'm gonna push it fairly far forward here. And I like upgrading this guy with the Degenerate Beam. Basically makes it so that, like, my opponent's sort of stuck in a situation where it's like, they're, you know, better units than whatever I have or whatever, but the Degenerate Beam makes it so that they're not, like, pushing through me that easily. Do I want to do something stupid? I kind of want to do something stupid. I'm going to hit Unlock on the War Factory, but I'm not going to build it. Instead, I'm going to get 2 more of these guys. I don't feel like this is smart, but it's what I'm doing. Ooh, he's also gone for that. The slowdown is making it so that my artillery can get these little jerks here, which helps a lot. Makes it so that they're not, like, in melee as quickly. I think that's actually a pretty good sort of thing to counter a lot of that stuff. Do we win around? We might win around here. Still doesn't block any of these damn misses. Yours great if it brings... Yeah, it's easy to target snipe, kind of, but if my opponent's, like, putting a lot into, like, sniping these guys, I'm actually kind of okay with that. Just because the way they sort of work is, like, I do want them to sort of be this tanky thing that's getting in the way of my opponent, rather than, like, them being there forever. So if my opponent, like, invests into that, that's actually pretty okay for me. It's hard to say no to Senior Attack Specialist, even though, like, there's some major downsides to taking that. I'm gonna potentially push for taking shields and then switching next turn after I get a bunch of chaff into getting like some more factories with upgrades. So I'm gonna spend practically nothing this turn. And then I'm just gonna get like, well actually I'm gonna spend quite a bit this turn, but because the shield's expensive, but go with that and then we save like 250. Is this smart? Probably not, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played this game in a while. Phoenix usually snipes them. For me, it's not usually the Phoenixes that get them. Usually it's the marksmen, but yeah, like, Phoenixes can do it too. See, they do okay during that first volley, but they still miss, like, half of them. And then after that, they're, like, rapidly fall off in terms of, like, how much damage they can block. My opponent has gone deep into trying to snipe these guys, which, yeah, like, obviously. But I don't really care necessarily. Because, like, this wasn't the turn where I was expecting to do the, like, major damage or anything like that. This is the turn where I was expecting to, like, switch over, or get ready to switch over. So, like, this is not a winning turn for me. This was a transition turn. Hopefully I don't take too much damage doing this, though. God, that's annoying. Holy crap, that's close. Okay, so I'm doing something that I don't think is that intelligent, but we're doing it anyway. This is kind of good. I kind of actually really like this. This is also really funny. I'm going to take this. I don't think it's actually, like, amazing or anything like that, but I think it's gonna make my opponent annoyed, which is sometimes more important than winning. So we take that. We drop down 2 war factories. Which I think is a terrible idea, by the way, like I said. I'm gonna take this. Then I have to get, like, the production stuff up next turn, but you know what? It's fine. Just mass air swarm. That would probably be smarter, honestly, but I like doing stupid things sometimes and just trying it out. I haven't, like, gotten any success out of war factories in a while, so I really do want to sort of try and see if I can get anything useful out of these guys. My guess is no. I don't think that they're a good unit, but it is, like, tanking, like, shots from the Scorpion pretty admirably, actually. And it is tearing through, like, the stuff over here pretty okay. So, there is definitely something to be said for the war factory. We are going to lose this round as well, so pretty badly. Ah, that could have been a little bit better. He's gone for a lot of Phoenix to try and counteract my bullshit, which I think is fair. Okay. The problem is I'm doing stupid shit, so, like, you know, not stuff that is intelligent and going to make it so I can win. Okay. Every 6.5 seconds, every 13 seconds, every 4.6 seconds. So this is the fastest production one. So I'm going to get that. I wouldn't mind getting this next turn. But for now, what I'm going to do is get this. One more of you. And then oh, wait. Ah, shoot. Oh, well, it's fine. I wasted some money. That was bad on me. I wasn't thinking. It's fine. Let's get that. Alright. If the game is rapid, then yes. Yeah, probably. I actually just use it poorly. I've never really practiced with it to figure out like when it's good. And as a result, I just tend to think it's a little bit trash, but yeah, melting point is gonna blow up my tank production factory like way too quickly there. Unfortunate. I think I'm actually dead here, unfortunately. There's too many big downsides to using like these tanks. I feel like you use them when you're winning. Like, I feel like you use war factories when you're already winning. Like, you don't use them when you're behind. They just don't do enough. See a lot of robot rushing the front line. Yeah. I guess so, but basically just I don't feel like that works too well with the big trade on Fortnite. Oh, Frontline. For some reason I thought you were saying like Fortnite. Like, what's that have to do with this game? Okay. I think I've actually tried all the new units, though. I don't think there's any more, right? What do I want to try here? I'm going to go with the Giant Specialist here. Let's see, what am I up against? Elite Specialist? It's never my favorite thing to be up against, if I'm totally honest with you. Okay, so they've got a major advantage, obviously, this round. They'll have an extra $100 on the field. You love Fangs, but they're not as good anymore? That's what I've been feeling excuse me. That's what I've been feeling about them, is that they're not really competitive. At least not to start with. I don't feel like they're competitive to start as your starting unit. Like, you take Fangs if you want like something late game, but early game they're kind of trash. Level 2 Fangs will probably be a lot more durable, a lot scarier, but they are walking directly into tanks, so maybe not. Yeah, I mean, snipers do counter the tanks. Like, that is the thing I had to worry about coming into this, but unfortunately for my team, my opponent decided to go with, like, the Fangs as their upgrade. So now I get to win. Nice. Need to have your front line, like, last long enough. Okay, I kind of want to try the Typhoon, but it's totally inappropriate to use the Typhoon here, unfortunately. I actually don't think any of these units are good here. That's actually kind of interesting. Maybe we take the Typhoons and then we try to figure out something to do with these, like with the barrier. Is this any good? I have no idea. I don't know. I think what we want in this situation, though, is more crawlers. I feel like the Typhoon was an entirely inappropriate choice here. It's just that I haven't played around with it quite as much as the other new units. So I want to sort of fiddle around with it a bit. Is this a fast unit? I don't think it is. 9 meters per second. It's a little bit faster than the snipers. That is actually kind of fast. Like, it's not super fast. It's going to destroy my flanks. Pff, I don't have flanks. You can't destroy what's not there. If we're worried about flanks, what I'm going to do here... Here, I'll do this to assuage your fears that my flanks are vulnerable. We'll do that. There we go. Flanks protected. He also went for the Typhoons. That's interesting. Before I get flanked. Look, flanks aren't real. They're an imaginary concept. You don't have to worry about it because they're not gonna. It's not gonna happen. The Typhoons are actually pretty durable. It looks like. Like that seems to actually be a pretty good selling point for them. Is that they will just stand there and soak up damage for quite a while. I don't actually know who's gonna win this. I think my opponent's gonna win this round. Just slightly better positioning. Okay. So here's what I kind of want to try doing, is adding like 2 more of the... I'm going to take that just for future options, but what I kind of want to do right now is take 2 more Typhoons, and then take the shield bubble on them. So that's going to be what we're doing here. Is that a good call? Probably not. But I do think that might lead to interesting situations. Like, it might be interesting. We're here for learning more than we are here for, like, intelligent plays from smart people. Oh, he's got a Scorpion. That's unpleasant. I hate it when my opponent gets a Scorpion. Because look at that. It's taking 0 damage, basically. I definitely need some, like, better anti-tough units that can actually deal some damn damage to this thing. And Typhoons are not that. Holy crap, did they ever die to that fast? Yeah. Okay. The shield isn't going to help, like, this particular round, so I'm not going to go for it. Laser sights might actually be good. What we're going to do is we're going to counter the Scorpion with our own Scorpions. Then we're going to put, like, the same sort of thing on the Scorpions for the range. Do I want this guy that far forward? Probably not, but we'll do it anyway. And we'll drop this sort of here, maybe? Nah. I kind of want to roll this side, and I think we put this about here. I want to try and hit these guys about when these guys catch up, so that's why we're putting it there. X-range is super good, yes. I actually wish that they would nerf Scorpions a little bit. Like, one of 2 things about them. Either their single target damage or their AoE. One of those 2 things. Like, I wish it was a little bit more specialized and had to, like, pick a role. Like, stay in your lane sort of thing. Because, like, if it's an anti-mass robot, why is it able to do that to the tanks? Yeah, the Typhoons are kind of garbage. Definitely don't think that they keep up. I do actually even want more extra range on the Scorpions, if I'm going to be able to deal enough damage here, but... Hacker? What do I do here? I kind of feel like Hacker. I don't know why I'm taking these. These guys are actually kind of trash. I'm mostly just trying stuff out, I guess, is the thing. Which is not a great way to do things if you want to win. Okay, so I kind of want to give these guys, like, even more range. I don't want siege mode range, I just want, like, more range here. And... wouldn't mind also the acid attack. Yeah, I kind of know that they're not a good unit into this composition. I'm going to try using this homing missile, see what that does. And then I'm going to add 2 more of these guys. And then increase my attack value. Kind of need to see like how good that actually is. Because it might not be. It says it's high damage. What's that actually mean? Did he put that in the Typhoons? Interesting. Yeah, those missiles are kind of weird. Yeah, this guy's way too tough compared to our guys here. Not taking like any damage at all. Increase range on the hackers. I'm going to be dead before that's an option. I'm going to go with this. I need to have something that can like punch through that stupid thing out there, which I'm not going to be able to do, I don't think, but I'm going to take what I think I can use to like get through there a little bit easier, but let's do that. Let's drop down some shields. I think that'll make actually a pretty big difference for us. And then don't have a good spot to drop this really. Drop that there. See, this is the problem though with like the Typhoon, the way you get it, it's random. Where it's like, I would love to be able to use these guys, but since I can't guarantee that I'm going to get it, it kind of makes it so that I like have to random into it at a good time, which makes it really unlikely it's going to be any good. Like, a lot has to come together for it to be useful. That's just pure RNG. Although maybe these guys are never good. I actually don't know. I don't know what the consensus is. Range on these guys as well. Like that, I wish that missile had an AoE. Why doesn't that have an AoE? Man, I'm not even sure what killed these guys here. More scorpions on my opponent's side. Definitely my opponent's win there. Well, he has his rockets. No, he's got a couple snipers. But that's not really what was scaring me there. I wish I could actually check the stats for the new units, though, too. Like, that would be something that I really... Because you can't see them in unit modification. Actually, is there somewhere else I can see them? Community wiki? I think that brings me to a web page. Like, knowing what they have and, like, knowing what they can do would actually be kind of nice. Is it here? Do they have anything that tells me? Maybe they don't. Could be somewhere, but... Community guide? Yeah, it's a web page. Useless. Okay. Yeah, no, I guess I just have to, like, play it and, like, figure it out from there. It feels like the Typhoons are sort of, like, tanks in a certain way, but they've got, like, the guns that are on the Mustangs, but there's a lot less of them, so they sort of fire, like, stronger, more rapidly, but ultimately their DPS feels similar to a Mustang unit. Just click on the unit. On unit... No. I can't see the new units, like the Typhoon, the Fire Badger, or the, that tank thing I can't remember the name of. Are they there? I don't think that they're there. I don't love any of these options. I'm going to try the heavy armor specialist here. Does that include, like, the new units? Because I didn't see them there. Let's see here. Definitely need some flak units. My opponent's almost definitely going to go for arc lights. Man, my sinuses are really congested for some reason right now. Yeah, no, I can't. I kind of figured that. I kind of want to just look at their stats to see what they're actually, like, sort of designed for, like, what they're good for. Because it feels like they're kind of hard to know what you're supposed to do with them, because I don't know what I can really do with them until I look at their sort of breakdown and compare it to other things. Yeah, yeah. It would be nice if you could actually, like, look up their stats, though, or something like that, or just see what they're about in some way or shape or form, because it's kind of weird that you can't. Like, there's probably on the wiki, I'd imagine. Not 100% sure what my opponent's strategy here was, but I don't feel like it was a good one. I guess the do whatever you possibly can in this situation, but more fangs feels like it was a bad choice given the circumstances. Although, as a battle bonus, yeah. It feels like my opponent's going to turn this around, because, like, he probably understands how to use fangs, and I probably don't, but who knows? I might be wrong. Improved sledgehammer sounds really interesting. I think I'd still, like, lose them immediately, though, to certain, like, nonsense that I don't want to deal with. Screw it, let's do that. We'll unlock them, we won't take any right now, because they cost a lot. And let's go ahead and get probably more chaff units. I would like probably the extra hit points here. And I would like probably to drop down one of these bombs somewhere, but there's no good place to drop it, so we'll just save the money. Like, here, if I could have the Typhoon, I think that would actually be pretty good here. I don't think it works, like, amazingly well into this composition, but I think it works way better than the previous composition. Because there's lots of targets for them to kill. Of course, like, admittedly, maybe the Fire Badger would be better. I don't know. Any of these would be pretty scary here, so I probably have to think about my opponent taking them, but I'll try taking Incendiary Bomb. Okay, and then I kind of want to take some Phoenixes here. And then this bonus here. Nothing crazy on the field just yet, but it's on the way probably. You know, the fire probably doesn't benefit me just because, like, I know my opponent's, like, gonna get run into in melee, but... So this probably actually is more to my detriment than it is to his detriment. Yeah, he didn't take any of the artillery strikes. That did let us take out a big chunk of the stuff there. It looks like my spacing was a little bit off. I was hoping that we wouldn't, like, step into the fire, but it's kind of in a spot where it doesn't really matter, honestly. Where did my opponent's units... Did they even get new units? I don't feel like they did. Well, either way. None of the new stuff here. Interesting. Definitely going for the storm colors in this instance. I want to kill these guys off quicker. I do want harder hitting units, so I'm probably actually going to unlock a Scorpion. Oh, he took the shield. That's what he took. Okay. Starting to get these guys online earlier is probably something I should probably get into the habit of. I don't necessarily know if I want them like this. Probably actually somewhere where they can go deal with those these guys, but okay. I need to like start putting out more chaff again. It's like a chronic not thing I'm doing. Oil with fire? I don't really need it though. Ooh. It's gone for the hacker with range. I feel like I taken like the correct thing into that though, because like storm colors are actually really good into that. And also that happens, so yeah, I gotta be honest, I do think that like these things need to be nerfed a little bit. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, alright. Okay, so I think my opponent is on the back foot here still. Range Specialist is like really strong here. Deployment Specialist is really strong here. I'm not sure which I think is stronger. Probably Range. Definitely think that would actually be better here. Yeah, I'm going to gain access to Fangs now. Something like that, maybe. Okay. Bubble over there. Anti-air upgrades on the snipers. Did I have fire that round? Actually not sure. Did my opponent go range? He went Deployment Specialist. The artillery still doing a really good job at taking out some of those things that I wanted taking out. Oh, he's already dead. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I kind of wish like I could still see what those units are, because I didn't even get to play with one of them this time. Yeah, there's none of the... Yeah, I kind of knew this. There's none of those new units in here. I probably have to go to, like, the wiki. But that's, like, a different webpage. I wish it was just an in-game, like, app thing. It's kind of weird that it's not. Hmm. Yeah. Oh well. Either way, though, I'm going to call it a stream right now. Um, yeah, so I'll probably be here again next week on Monday, and hopefully I will have figured out what it is I want to be playing by then. There's a decent chance I'll be doing a little bit of Manor Lords, just because I think that again, there's a lot of people that are talking about it, so I want to get in on that a little bit. And I think it looks fine. I think it looks like a Banished style city builder game. I think there are people who are like talking about it in dishonest ways, which is interesting. I just want to see if my suspicion is right, if they're right. But yeah, I definitely think that I think that a lot of people are talking about it having features that it does not have. So we'll have to see. Anyway, hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time. Anyway, yeah, signing off.